we are. All right, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. All right, here we are. Here we are. Okay, here we are, Project J99. Bunch of upgrades on this thing, get it ready for some offshore racing and some new sail configuration. So yeah, stand by. Okay, so here's the Bowsprit. So we're gonna take this off and have the machinist make a double version of this, and then I'm gonna put in one of those cool Harken Gizmo through deck fair leads right there for the 2-to-1 for the code 0. So you can have a code 0 and a spinnaker tack all run. And then we're gonna do something with the bobstay because it's hard to get to the adjuster here. So we're shortening up the bobstay and put a better lashing area because it's hard to get enough tension on that. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna put some barber haulers. So I'm gonna put some folding pad eyes right here. And we're gonna put in barber haulers that you can clip in with the new Harken snatch blocks, the little clip-in snatch blocks. Got those coming, so that's gonna go there. And then for the twings, they're gonna run along the deck, and then they're gonna go to a cam cleat over here. And yeah, and then we're gonna be doing some upgrades to the cockpit, all the control lines in there. Good times. Okay, so here we are on the J99, and what we're gonna be doing is cleaning up all of this ridiculousness. We've got the main fine tune that's on here, which I guess works, but anybody who knows, it's hard to get like a positive cleat on this and to be able to uncleat it easily for the fine tune. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a couple blocks on the Traveler, and we're gonna run it back to here, and we're gonna put actually we're gonna put another cam cleat here and another one there, and we're gonna run the backstay over to here, or sorry, it's going to go over there along the cockpit floor, and then it's going to turn here, and then so you'll have your backstay, your Traveler, and your main sheet fine tune all right there for the main trimmer or for the skipper if you're shorthanded. So yeah, so all the controls will be there. That way you don't have to lean in here on the floor to grab the backstay. That way everything is all within arm's reach, kind of like how I do my 505s and 5.5s, all my boats that have a lot of adjustment on them. So yeah, so it's just gonna make it a lot cleaner and yeah, more user friendly. So yep, we're gonna fix this up as well. So good times. Okay, so here we are deep in the bowels of the J99, and we've discovered some fun stuff that we got to deal with. Is that they have, see if I can show you, they gel coated over all of the nuts and bolts, and I've got to move some of this hardware to make room for the new hardware. And yeah, so everything down below has been gel coated over. I mean, look, all these bolts, everything gel coated over. So yeah, I mean, like the winches up there, gosh, all gel coated over. So the joys of working on boats, even brand new boats, can be a pain. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got all the tools set out, at least most of them. Probably make a few more trips to the truck if need be, hopefully not. But yeah, all the tools, and then here is all of the jewelry that we're putting on. So Harken, mostly Harken stuff, all the cam cleats. I'm a big fan of extreme fair leads. And essentially, like, first phase of the project is we're gonna put 3 of those cam cleats with extreme fair leads there for your Traveler, main sheet fine tune, and your backstay. So everything's all within easy reach. And then so we're gonna be eliminating these flip-flops there. That was for the backstay. So the main trimmer doesn't have to keep reaching in to grab that. And then we're gonna be removing the fine tune from this setup here, which is not the greatest, but it gets the job done. So yep, so that's the plan for there. And then we're gonna put some twings, some folding pad eyes up here for not twings, but for barber haulers for the jib and that part. And then we're doing some upgrades on the Bowsprit. So stand by. Okay, so this is one of my methods for doing this solo. Obviously go a lot faster if you have somebody down below. But yeah, you can never have enough pairs of vice grips, so I just put those on the nuts there. And then I've got this box down below to catch any debris and to catch the wrenches when they fall. So I just drilled the holes, or over drilled the holes on this side. So it's a 3/16 hole, and I am going with looks like a 5/16 drill bit. And so hole goes all the way through with 3/16, and then what I do is I go in with the bigger bit and I just drill to the inner skin. So I don't actually drill through that. And so the trick to doing that is actually going in reverse with the drill. And so it takes a little bit to get through the outer skin, but then it'll just go right through the foam core and it'll stop at the inner skin. Unless it'll keep going if you lean into it. But yep, so that's what I do. And then I've got the tape over, and so I'll clean up the tape around here just a little bit, and then I'll put in the epoxy. And then feel like I got some tape over the top, and what I do is I put the thickened epoxy in there, and then I'll put the piece of tape over the top. That way the epoxy doesn't run out or something, because it is kind of warm out, so it might run even if I get it to the peanut butter consistency. But then yep, and then I'll just peel the tape, and I peel the tape when it's kind of gummy, so that I can kind of clean it up. All right, back below deck, just showing you guys. So after I do the over drill up top or outside, and now I come in here and I put tape over the backside so that the epoxy doesn't drip onto the beautiful cushions. So yep, and now I'm gonna fill it full of epoxy. But yeah, I joke around on days like today. It's beautiful and sunny out, and it's kind of dark down in here, and that I should wear an eye patch on days like that, because I'm going constantly doing this. I'm getting in and out of the boat constantly. So I'm going in, it's dark out here, and then it's bright out here. So that's one of the theories why pirates wore eye patches, is so they could go down below deck and they take off their eye patch and slide it to their other eye, and then their eye is already adjusted to the dark, and then they can work down below, and then when they need to come back up, they slide the patch over. I don't know. It's a theory, but I just take the sunglasses on and off constantly. So here we go. Okay, so now is the fun. We get to put hardware in. Just go at it. Find my seam. Marks from before. That in there. Okay, that's perfect. They're right down the middle. Do the same thing over here. Beauty. So now we can put these guys in for good. So pull these guys out. We got everybody here. Let me grab my goop. So I use Life Seal. It's been my go-to for bedding stuff. Gun is still good. Oh yes. So get yourself a good bead. There. And for all of them, and then I'll have to go down below and put the washers and nuts on the back side, but you don't need to see that. Okay, so now you can see, got the washers and nuts on, and then a handful of vice grips, and so I'm gonna go up there and start turning them. All right, down below on the J99 still. So everything's all through bolted. It's got big washers, through bolted, overfilled, and drilled with epoxy. And now everything's all snugged up. So I'm just gonna show you my thing. So that I take the vice grips, and you get it pretty close to the nut. You just wiggle it up and down just a little bit, and it breaks off nice and clean. And yeah, so that's what I do. So you just get them in close. It's hard doing them while I'm doing the thing. Nice and easy. You're not trying to crush the fiberglass. Just wiggle it back and forth like a paperclip. It breaks. All right, so hardware's in. Done drilling holes for today. Sheet bags are in. Yep, so that's all in. I removed the old flip-flop blocks there. I drilled them out and got them all tapered so that I can put some filler and gel coat in them before I leave today. And then, yeah, so I got both sides. So now it's just going to be a matter of dealing with this rat's nest and then running all new lines and making things look pretty and work amazing. So, stand. Okay, well, we got the Traveler line in. Freaking awesome. This line feels great. And then you can see over there and down here that we've got the backstay. So yeah, so backstay is run. So now it's the complicated main sheet fine tune. So yeah, that'll be the last thing. We're gonna do that out of that yellow and black. All right, guys. So we're done with the main sheet upgrade. So you can see the bright yellow here. This is the fine tune. So we've got an 8-to-1 fine tune and then a 6-to-1 gross tune. And then you can see over here, we've got the backstay coming there, Traveler, which is now continuous, so it was before. And then you've got your fine tune. So it's all right there, right where you're driving from. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's a lot of holes. Good solid day's worth of work to make that happen, to do it right. So now I'm just gonna touch up the gel coat right there, those 4 little holes, and pack up. That's phase 1. Here's the upside here of the deck here, the top side of the deck. So we've got pad eye here, pad eye there, so you can tack it to weather. And then this is the cool bat sail, Staysail that Quantum Sails makes, and they've done pretty well with these things. Probably heard of Celestial, the TP52, that's done pretty well down in Australia with it, and this is just a similar setup. So you know, you can do some 3-sail reaching. But yeah, and they found a little loophole is that this is also their storm jib, so that's why it's the bright orange. It looks pretty cool, bright orange, but you can see super square top, fully battened bat wing looking thing. And so what we've got here is you've got a little block and tackle here, and then there's this little thing of Dyneema here, and this is a little bullet from KZ Furlers, and it's a little quick attach, and that makes it so it's nice and smooth, so that these hanks will fit right over when we attach the halyard. So, and then this guy right there attaches to this stay, and so I've got a keeper here on the bottom on bungee just to keep it up and out of the way when you're not using it, and then you do you can pop it apart, but I'm holding the camera at the same time, so I can't do it. But it's a cool, super awesome gizmo. Not cheap, but gets the job done. You can see how it's nice and streamlined, so I'll show you how it sets up here in a second. So now, if you look, so I've attached the 2 things. So this is our little temporary Dyneema stay. It's not holding the rig or anything like that. It's just a hoisting stay. And what I did is there's a little T-ball up here, T-ball backing plate that I put in the mast. It's an aluminum mast, but put a T-ball backing plate in. So that pops in, and then there's the actual Staysail halyard, and I just put in a halyard restraint up there to deflect it at the specific measurement the sailmaker gave me. And then then you just tension up the halyard. So if you look, so this stays all floppy, you come down here and you tension it up with this little simple like laser vang setup almost. So now you've got your sail all stacked up, because you know, like some Staysails, the old style was you have it on a little furler, and it's nice where the sail's not like that because you got full battens. So now you've got everything on this little mini like stay right here, which is your hoisting stay, and then you pull it up, and then it's a little windy right now, I don't want to mess with it right now, but so if you look, it just slides right over the top of that thing without any hesitation. And then when you're done, when you want to stow down below, you just disconnect this, connect that bullet to the one that's on the bungee there at the mast, and then this gets tied up and put in the bag, so you're all ready to go for the next time. So there's that. Now, so you're all, you know, sitting here on the deck, and then you're just gonna pull it up and see how it goes up and over, and I'm just able to pull this thing up by hand, and you can see it's pretty small. That's it. It's just this little blade. It's like a laser radial or a RS Aero 5 sail, but pretty sweet. Look at the thing, you see, it's a bat wing. So it just ever so slightly overlaps. Yeah, pretty freaking sweet. Beautiful. Okay, so here's the underside here of our pad eyes for the Staysail. So customer wanted like a little tie rod here, so just hold the deck down. And so went through the bulkhead, I bonded in this G10 backing plate, and then we put in one of those cool Harken gizmos. That's a two-piece guy that screws together, and then so we got that. So it's just a little bob stay, and then yeah, and then there's the giant D10 backing plates. A bunch of the running rigging we made, jib sheets, spare tack line, 2 sets of spin sheets, inshore, offshore. Yeah, and so these are Robline Admiral Dyneema 5000, and that's a really good stuff. And then I did, oh god, what is this, Globe Pro from Robline. So it's a really good, nice hand on it, but it's got a UHWMP core inside of it, similar to like an SK78 Dyneema. And then this is the Kingfisher Maffioli, what do they call it? Racing Dyneema. Yeah, Racing Dyneema. So it's a polyester cover with a Dyneema core. So pretty sweet stuff. So yeah, that's what we got going up now. We did the little upgrades here to the sprit, and then I put in up here at the bow, it's a titanium through deck bushing fitting that screws together, and so I put in a piece of Kusa board, bonded that into the bottom of the sprit, and then there's a carbon, pretty good sized carbon backing plate that goes through, so it distributes the load there. So that's the 2-to-1 for the Code Zero, and you can see I just have it temporarily, you know, just back here on a soft shackle, just so that it's back there so you can reach it, but it's rigged up. And there's just a good sized dog bone on the bottom side of that as well, with the Dyneema chafe sleeve. And once again, I think I used the Robline Admiral Dyneema for the tack line for the Code Zero as well. There it is up